Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have a sensational video lined up for you as we have the confirmation of the introduction of a new Hedera Council member. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with how Hedera Hashgraph is governed, and it really is unique in regards to this, in regards to the cryptocurrency space, it's governed by now 32 of the largest institutions in the world. So what does that mean? Well, that means they take care of the governance. They take care of running the chain and operating nodes to do so. And one of the pushbacks is, okay, well, that makes it centralized. Well, DLTs inherently have to be distributed ledger technologies, distributed to work. In fact, that's where their strength comes from. And actually, you could argue, if you look at it from a node number point of view, yes, other chains may have more, but there's a consolidation with those nodes in regards to Web 2 services like Amazon, so on and so forth. In regards to jurisdictions, geopolitical geolocations. And with Hedera, there's literally nodes on every continent. And I think only 2 nodes can be ran upon the same sort of software. So that means only 2 on the likes of Amazon Web Services. Well, if you look at others, it's significantly more. But this is the Hedera Hashgraph Governing Council. And just the other day, there was the announcement of blockchain for energy. Now, this literally came out. This isn't even 24 hours old. And some people don't quite think this is a big deal. Well, I'm here to tell you that it is, because this sees Hedera Hashgraph's distributed ledger technology be used by the likes of ExxonMobil, which is nearly a $500 billion company as of June 2025. In fact, it's typically ranked amongst the top 20 largest companies in the world from a public company point of view, and it's the largest US-based non-state-owned energy firm that there is. They are going to be using, through this governing council member, which we're going to be exploring, Hedera Hashgraph. If this had taken place on any other chain, it'd be all over the news outlets. We are one of the few people that cover Hedera Hashgraph day in and day out, and the reason being is because it deserves it. My bet is DLT technology is going to change the world and be fundamentally implemented in our day-to-day life, just like the internet is. And I want to invest in the technologies, the DLTs, that are going to play that front and center role. And I think Hedera ticks multiple boxes. In fact, we're already seeing the largest institutions in the world govern it, run it, and now actively use and utilize it. And that's what this partnership represents, a real world use case with some of the largest energy providers in the world. And we'll talk about exactly what it is they're doing. Also, you've got the likes of Chevron. This is a $250 billion company. In fact, it's one of the largest global energy majors and the only oil and gas firm in the US Dow Jones Industrial Average. Then we've got Repsol, which is a smaller company, around about $16 billion in terms of market cap as of this month. But it's amongst the top 3 Spanish companies in the Fortune Global 500 by revenue. Then we've got Schlumberger, which is around about a $46 billion company. As far as its market cap's concerned, this is the world's largest oil field services and offshore drilling firm. The world's largest. Then we've got Devon Energy, which of course is around about $46 billion as well. And there's more. These are just some, and these are now going to be using and utilizing Hedera through the new governing council member, which we've just shown you. So let's go to the horse's mouth and let's take a look at what Hedera had to say on this. The non-profit consortium of leading global energy companies, Blockchain for Energy, has joined Hedera's council. As part of its membership, Blockchain for Energy will expand on its fully integrated emissions management platform built on Hedera. So just think about the size of those companies we mentioned utilizing Hedera. If this was on any other DLT, it would be all over the news outlets. We cover it here on Allincrypto because we believe it deserves to be. Also, allincrypto.com. Check out Crypto Snackable. We've got a number of websites and things that we do in regards to the cryptocurrency space and delivering news on this. And we cover Hedera extensively on those platforms, allincrypto.com and cryptosnackable.com. And of course, give me a follow on Twitter and become a subscriber here. But if you think about this, if any other DLT had brought forth a partnership like this, that would probably be their whole USP in regard to their chain. In fact, we have blockchains that are just solely focused on energy. And Hedera is doing multiple major scaled things. And it just doesn't seem to get the love. Let's continue. Blockchain for Energy Carbon to explore new sustainability solutions that boost efficiency, cut costs, speed timelines, and spark innovation across the energy sector. Like creating entirely new, and this has been touted as a new asset class by Larry Fink himself, asset class in the form of energy-related derivatives. Not only does it also solve, using a DLT because they're very useful, fundamental problems within the energy sector. Now, I know there's a bit of pushback when people talk about carbon credits and things like that. I'm not here to get into all of that. I acknowledge that those concerns. What I am here to do is just report on the news and report on the fact that this is a major milestone and step for Hedera Hashgraph. This is from Mance Harmon himself. A big welcome to Blockchain for Energy, the newest member of the Hedera Council. Blockchain for Energy will build upon its Hedera-powered emissions platform, Blockchain for Energy Carbon, to accelerate innovation and sustainability across the energy sector. B4E members include Chevron, ConocoPhillips, ExxonMobil, Repsol, and many others. I mean, this is huge. We're gonna dive over to them in just a second. We'll talk about price as well, because they are literally about trying to shake people out just before they fully send HBAR, in my opinion. Let's take a look here. Blockchain for Energy joins Hedera Council to advance emissions reporting standards. It says the consortium works to unify standards for transparency and accountability in data provenance. Hedera is also playing a major role in AI, and there'll probably be a crossover here with all this, while integrating real-time monitoring, setting a new benchmark for reporting and verifying emissions claims. B4E provides a secure environment for energy stakeholders to collaborate on blockchain-powered solutions that streamline workflows and strengthen environmental performance. Blockchain for Energy utilizes Hedera technology in Blockchain for Energy Carbon, the first fully integrated emissions management platform for the energy industry. Blockchain for Energy Carbon harnesses the capabilities of the open source Hedera network to deliver a secure, transparent, and auditable decentralized system for emissions data management, eliminating the risk of greenwashing and fraud in emissions claims. As part of its council membership, Blockchain for Energy will explore additional opportunities in sustainability that advance its mission to drive efficiency, reduce costs, accelerate timelines, and enable industry-wide innovation. This is from Rebecca, who's the president and CEO of the Blockchain for Energy company or non-profit. She commented saying, joining Hedera's council is a pivotal step in advancing our vision for a high-integrity, trusted emissions reporting ecosystem. Through our Blockchain for Energy Carbon platform, a secure, auditable, and decentralized DMRV solution, we are setting a new benchmark for sustainability data across the energy value chain. Built for operators, backed by data, validated by results. Together with Hedera, we are committed to raising industry standards, eliminating greenwashing risk, and delivering trusted sustainability outcomes that our stakeholders and communities can rely on. Hedera's Council is a governing body comprised of global leading organizations that foster trust, security, and innovation on the Hedera network. Blockchain for Energy will join the rotating council, which includes up to 39 diverse and globally recognized organizations. As a council member, Blockchain for Energy will also operate a node on the Hedera network, sharing equal voting power with other members in the governance of Hedera's software and services. It says one of the barriers to widespread enterprise adoption of blockchain technology is the lack of standardization. This is from one of the chairmen of the membership committee for Hedera's council. By forming a consortium to promulgate uniform standards, Blockchain for Energy can help overcome persistent problems that have long plagued the energy industry, such as the track of systemic data. By combining Hedera's DLT and AI and IoT, Blockchain for Energy Carbon sets a new standard for trusted emissions data, helping companies deliver accurate carbon reporting and provide environmental accountability. I could just wrap the video up here. I mean, this is huge. And like I say, as Mance was highlighting, the companies, or some of the companies that are essentially a part of this, are literally some of the largest in the world. In fact, let's take a look. So ExxonMobil, the largest US non-profit provider to energy, one of the top 20 largest companies in the world. I mean, look at this. ConocoPhillips, Chevron, so on and so forth. And of course, Hedera is the only DLT to facilitate that. If we take a look at this, it talks about blockchain for energy carbon is the new standards for measuring, reporting, and verifying of carbon emissions removal. It talks about the technology seamlessly connecting AI, IoT, and blockchain for intelligence and ultra-secure data framework. And of course, who are they using to do this? They are using Hedera. We leverage the power of Hedera Hashgraph's advanced distributed ledger technology, offering secure and efficient decentralized infrastructure and data. I actually had feedback from people that they were disappointed in this. You know, everyone, we want NVIDIA as a council member. You might get those later on this year. I don't know about that, by the way. I'm not suggesting that at all. But I think there's only 31 or 32 spaces filled. There's 39 to go. We spoke to Rob a while ago now, and he reckons potentially they may all get filled, or they could. There's a possibility they could all get filled. He's not saying that it's absolutely going to happen. Remember, this is the DLT universe. Things often come up. But he essentially said that could be the case. We could see things filmed. And the fact that these companies are going to be leveraging Hedera through this partnership. Talk about real-world adoption, guys. I mean, it's here, and Hedera is leading the way from an enterprise-grade point of view. In fact, that's even how 21 Shares introduced their HBAR ETF. I'm talking about ETPs, ETFs, and the markets more broadly. We didn't get to cover this, but there's a 90% probability that this year you are going to get an approval of a Hedera Hashgraph ETF. And when I look at the price charts, this was institutional. They are front-running what they already knew was to come. You're getting this pullback. This is going to be their second opportunity, and they're going to absolutely send this. We want you guys, and I understand it's tough to hold through it, to be on the right side of that, the right side of history, and potentially change your lives as a result of it financially. I've done it. I'm living proof. You've just got to be able to do the research, be able to have a good technical understanding of the markets. If you want to learn to do all that, do become a Patreon, because we have meetings twice a week. You'll unlock my entire portfolio, including my stock portfolio. We recently got into some quantum computing plays. Bank of America now highlighting that as a new kind of technology, the newest in regards to trends. You know, we'll help you in whatever way we possibly can. But I'm here to say this is a huge partnership. Technically, Hedera Hashgraph still looks amazing to me. I think fundamentally, the space as a whole is in such a sensational position in the sense that it's not even been allowed to become a space. From a utility point of view, we're about to see those floodgates open. And from an asset point of view, it's about to become an asset class. And I think that offers a pretty amazing value opposition there, or proposition. Remember, none of this is financial advice, just all my own opinion. Huge news in regards to a new governing council member. I mean, this is, what did we see, 3 or 4 weeks ago? Now we've got another one in the form of Arrow. This is just going to continue, and that momentum is really going to start to snowball. That's it from me, guys. I'm going to love and leave you. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you all in the next one.